You think you'd survive, Caveman? Think again. Think again.
You think you'd survive as a caveman? Think again. You picture early humans as slow, dim-witted brutes, hiding from predators. The truth is far darker. Homo erectus survived for over 1.5 million years, longer than any human species in history, including us. They didn't just use fire to cook. They weaponized it, hardening spear tips in flame to pierce hide that stone alone couldn't touch. They hunted animals 10 times their size, mammoths, rhinos, giant cave bears, by working in coordinated, ruthless packs. Some scientists believe early human hunting helped wipe out entire species of megafauna across whole continents. Neanderthals weren't the dim cousins of legend. Their bones show injury patterns like modern rodeo riders, from wrestling animals at close range. And it wasn't only animals. Cut marks on ancient human bones suggest some groups turned on each other, even resorting to cannibalism. Evidence of skull fractures and embedded spear points suggests organized violence between rival groups. War, long before civilization existed. Life was a constant negotiation with death. Nearly half of all children didn't survive to adulthood. Yet despite the odds, they crossed oceans. Evidence suggests early humans sailed to remote islands over 1 million years before anyone thought possible. On the island of Flores, a tiny human species called Homo floresiensis shared their world with giant lizards and dwarf elephants, and hunted both. The Denisovans thrived at extreme high altitude, in oxygen levels that would leave most of us gasping, and modern Tibetans still carry their genes today. These weren't passive survivors. They were apex predators, capable of taking down animals that could crush a modern human in seconds. They planned ambushes, they used terrain as a weapon, they drove herds off cliffs to kill dozens of animals at once. But they weren't only brutal. Some buried their dead with care, flowers, tools, and ritual, showing grief and meaning millennia before religion existed. Their throwing spears could pierce a target with the force of a modern crossbow bolt, engineered, not accidental. Every night was a standoff with cave lions, hyenas, and bears twice their size. Survival meant staring down the dark and winning. When our ancestors met Neanderthals, they didn't just compete. They interbred, which is why most people alive today still carry Neanderthal DNA. They endured ice ages, predators, rival tribes, and a planet that wanted them dead. And they didn't just survive. They spread across the entire Earth. So next time you imagine a caveman, don't think weak. Think ruthless, brilliant, and built for a world that showed no mercy. The question isn't whether they could survive today. It's whether you could have survived back then. School, hit that subscribe button right now. Click the link below, join the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss what's coming next. Because trust me, this is only the beginning. The past was far more savage than you've been told, and I'm just getting started uncovering it. Subscribe now, and let's go back in time together.